Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith relationship is such a mess to the point we're all still wondering how much longer it could possibly go on for. Hi, I'm Stacey Taylor and today I'm counting down the top 10 times Jada Pinkett Smith embarrassed Will Smith. So how do you think Jada is embarrassing Will Smith? And let us know in the comments below. Starting off our list today at number 10, we have The Affair. August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith would shock the world and embarrass Will Smith in the process after August sat down for a bombshell interview, and in the interview he would reveal that he did in fact have an affair with Jada Pinkett Smith in 2015 when he made an appearance on The Breakfast Club. In the interview, August would tell Angela Yee, "I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation of their marriage to life partnership. He gave me his blessing," keyword, gave me his blessing. While August went on to insist that he hadn't done anything wrong and that there was nothing for him to be ashamed of because he loved the Smiths, and he also would reveal that he completely gave himself to the relationship as he was really in love with Jada. But while the relationship might have occurred with honesty and communication, Will would be blindsided not only by the affair but everything August was saying about it in the process, and he would be humiliated by Jada. Number 9. Her birthday. The day after Jada Pinkett Smith's 37th birthday, Will Smith knew he wanted to do something so huge for his wife's 40th birthday party that he took 3 years to plan the big day so he could have everything right. While most girls would swoon over the gesture, as let's face it, we live in a sad reality where everybody has to buy themselves flowers because guys just won't do it for us, Jada would be less than pleased with her husband, and the embarrassment would be so bad it would cause Will to hit a low point in his marriage. With Will hiring an orchestra and a documentary team to trace his wife's roots, when the big day finally came, Jada would lose her cool and tell Will to cancel their plans for the next day, as Will would reveal, "She's like, it's my birthday. She told me that the party was the most ridiculous display of my ego." Crushed, right? To this day, I know I was crushed because it was true. It wasn't a party for her. And when she called me out on that, that's when I snapped. But I think we can all agree Jada definitely overreacted to make her husband feel bad for treating her like a queen. Hey my little peaches, are you liking this video so far? If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never have to miss out on what we might just cover next. Number 8. Bad parenting conversation. When it comes to Jada's and Will's parenting skills, Jada will stop at nothing to throw Will under the bus for just having a different opinion altogether, with Jada always being extremely open and vulnerable during her hit Facebook watch series Red Table Talk. When she brought her son Jaden and her daughter Willow and her mom on the show, during the conversation, Willow and Jaden would open up about being raised by Will and Jada. And they even went on to share some of their issues they had to deal with because they grew up in a famous family. After Willow opened up about how she found it difficult to connect with her parents as she felt like their values were the opposite of what she needed at the time, Jaden would also note that he went through similar problems. Jada would then switch the light from her to Will when she said their point of view and parenting skills were different because they were both raised differently, and she herself started to call Will out on his parenting skills instead of admitting her faults and promising that she would work on them. Number 7. Brought herself to the Red Table Talk. If the affair couldn't get any more embarrassing for Will, the aftermath would have him screaming in embarrassment after Jada admitted that there was some healing that needed to take place and tweeted that she would be the subject of her next Red Table Talk. She would then force Will to make an appearance on the episode where he would share his side of the story and how he found peace through all the pain. Although Jada confirms that she had an affair with August, Jada and Will would then confirm that they were temporarily separated when everything occurred, and how she reunited with Will as soon as August was out of the picture because she knew she just couldn't stay away from Will. With the clip soon becoming a viral sensation due to Jada repeating the word entanglement rather than affair, it became an online target for jokes, as it would show a picture of Will in tears before she forced Will to deny that he even cried in the first place. Number 6. Her feelings for Tupac. When it comes to Jada's relationship with Tupac, no one really knows what exactly went on with the two, and for the longest time it caused Will to feel like he was being tortured by their relationship. Back in 2021, Will would sit down with Oprah Winfrey to discuss his new memoir ahead of its release, and in it he would admit to having a feeling that he has let down every woman he has ever been with. When the memoir was released, the world would then come to know pretty much everything about Will's and Jada's relationship and how he was raging in jealousy when it came to Jada's connection with Tupac. As in the beginning, Jada made him feel like he was nothing when it came to Pac, and it made Will feel embarrassed, and he was so triggered by Jada's feelings that it made him view himself as being a coward, as he hated that he wasn't Pac. Even when when Jada ended up choosing Will over Tupac, she would still continue to judge Will and make him live up to her standards, as she went on to reveal that she would always be in love with Tupac and no one would ever change that. Even today she still shares poems that Tupac wrote to her, and you can just tell the relationship was bigger than just being friends like she's previously claimed. Number 5. Wishes they were swingers. For a while now, Jada Pinkett Smith has been turning her relationship into one giant joke, to the point when we saw a clip resurface of her talking about the craziest things people thought about her and Will had all of our jaws dropping to the floor. Back in 2017, Jada made an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. And while talking to Andy, a fan in the audience would ask the actor, what is the craziest rumor you've ever heard about your family, to which Jada obviously responded without missing a beat by saying that Will and I are swingers. That's the craziest one. It's constant. Then instead of just laughing off the situation, she then went on to tell the fan, and I'm like, yo, I wish, before repeating, I wish louder so she can add some emphasis to it. It's clear that Jada has never believed in a conventional marriage, and in the process to get the relationship she wanted, she has manipulated Will into agreeing to having an unconventional one so she could get with anyone she's ever wanted to get with. Number 4. Intimacy issues. Back in 2021, Jada would do everything but escaping the spotlight when she took to her Red Table talk show to discuss her and Will's intimacy issues when she invited Gwyneth Paltrow on the show. When Gwyneth revealed that she was having the best intimate moments of her life when she was a newlywed, Jada made a stark comparison in light of her own relationship with Will. And she pretty much stated that since her and Will got together at a very young age, the accountability part of the relationship hit her the most, because she just expected Will to know everything she needed, and if he loved her, like really loved her, he should have been able to read her mind. It got to the point Jada was so flustered she even had to tell Will, tell me what you need, tell me what you want, and on top of it, I know that I have to be accountable to do the same. When Jada then went on to shade their intimacy level, it made us all realize that she never really loved Will, and she probably never will love Will, and it's more like she uses him now for his name as clickbait so she can draw in views to her show. Number 3. The prenup. If you thought the embarrassment of Will just started now, then you may want to think again, as this dates all the way back to the 90s. When they first started seeing each other. After an unearthed interview from 1997 started to circulate online, we all started to realize that there was a lot of red flags when it came to Jada's and Will's relationship. Starting for when she sat down with the Chicago Times for Jet magazine and she discussed her upcoming wedding with Will and said that he declined to sign a prenuptial agreement despite her insisting that she would sign anything. Jada then went on to tell the outlet, someone actually had the nerve to ask me if I'm signing a prenup agreement. The actress then found the overall question humorous before she went on to call her then husband to be very generous. Jada then went on to say, I had to laugh because Will is a very generous guy and we love each other. Actually, I've told you, you can make up any prenuptial agreement you and your accountant want. But gloating about how you pretty much convinced your husband if you were to leave, you could pretty much take anything isn't exactly wife material. Am I right or am I wrong? Number 2. Forcing Will to be on IG Live. After the Chris Rock incident, a lot of people have gone on to reevaluate certain publicized moments of Will Smith's marriage. And there has been a lot of WTF moments. And one of these moments actually is a clip where Jada can be seen going live on Instagram sometime around 2019. And in the video, she begins by talking about her and Will's marriage counselor, and suddenly she turns the camera to Will to get his opinion. Things then got really awkward after she pointed the phone at him and asked him, well, you say that she has been instrumental in you, and I'm redefining our relationship. At the point, Will could then be seen looking incredibly uncomfortable with his wife, to the point he calmly responded to her by saying, I would say just don't start filming without asking me if you could. Jada then kept trying to record her video in order to get a response out of him, to the point Will just had to turn away from the camera and plead with his wife to stop. This was no doubt a pretty embarrassing moment for Will, and it made us wonder why she just couldn't keep this conversation in a room with the couple's therapist. And coming in at number 1 today, we have the marriage. One thing about Jada's Red Table talk show is that she never misses an opportunity to embarrass her husband. Just after Will and Jada became the talk of the town due to Will's infamous Chris Rock slap at the Oscar ceremony in 2022, a video would resurface from Jada's show, and in it, the actor would admit that she really did not want to get married to Will Smith and that the couple had struggled a lot to get to where they are today. In an episode, Jada would recall recall how she cried walking down the aisle as she tied the knot with her husband, and that the wedding day only ever happened in the first place is because she got pregnant with the couple's first child, Jaden. Will also added that the couple only got married because Jada's mom forced them to tie the knot. Jada then revealed that she really did not want to get married, and she cried for a whole night after she realized that her life was going to change and not be the same after she became a mother. But I mean, how do you claim someone forced you to do something when you're a grown adult and you make your own decisions? Well, that's it for this video, my little peaches, and until the next one, remember to stay juicy.